So, hello and welcome everyone, it's your boy Logic and we're back with another live stream. So today we are going to be going through and discussing Enter the World of Tzeentch. So for Total War Warhammer 3, they're going to be releasing another video. So it's going to be 1 minute and 22 seconds long and I'm excited to see what they've got. So hello, how is everyone doing? Let me quickly chop up a poll for you guys. All right. Hello. So let's jump into this. So we're going to be seeing that we have a new trailer today. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen a single thing about this. So let's pop into this without further ado. But let me know what you're thinking. Are you thinking, hell yeah, man, I'm excited for this? Or you're like, yeah, man, it's going to be cool. Or, yeah, you know what, bring it on. Or it's going to be kind of, nah, I'm not too interested about it. But anyway, let's hop in with this and let's see what it's all about. Ooh, I like that already. I love the voice.
It was inevitable.
Bring on the darks.
Masters of manipulation.
Ooh, okay.
Orchestrators.
These guys look so cool.
Complexity. All touched by the architect of fate.
I love that.
Seek the ultimate truth. We reveal the unfathomable.
I love these dudes that are surfing, man. That is so cool.
Manipulate fate for
Well, that was actually really awesome. It's only a minute long. Let's jump through this. That was awesome. Loving the voice. It sounds very demonic. It sounds exactly kind of on the sort of right line of what I would expect to see. Love that. Is it Spellweaver? Is it Fate Weaver? Fate Weaver? It's Fate Weaver, isn't it? I think they're Fate Weaver. With them, of course, I think we saw Sartorial, right? These new cavalry look insane. Looks like it's going to be some halberd cavalry. Looks like they've got some pretty decent armor as well. Let's have a look. These guys look insane. They look really fast. They've got halberds as well. They've got shields. They look like an absolute nuisance, don't they? Tzeentch, master of large words. Hey, Baron Lloyd, how are we? Tzeentch is looking cool, man. We saw some blue horrors. We saw a bunch of new things in here. So we've got blue horrors dotted along the front line. Let's have a look. They're so cool, man. They just remind me of like squigs with more attitude, right? Yep. So he was jumping down. Where is Sartorial? These sort of like manta ray looking things. They're pretty cool. I don't know what they're about. Maybe they're gonna be. I don't know what these are all going to be about, but maybe I don't think they're going to be glass cannon. I think they're going to have a little bit more to them because we saw they had some sort of I think it's Tzeentch, isn't it? Yeah, that's going to be is that Sartorial? Is that meant to be Sartorial? These guys with the magic thing are cultists of Tzeentch. Oh, okay. The one on the horse. Oh, they're cultists of Tzeentch. Okay. Yes, the warriors look weird. Chaos Warriors are still a bit underwhelming. Right, let's turn this down a little bit. So we'll go from the beginning. And we'll just go through it slowly. And I'll just pause it where I see things. I love that voice. You can see a bunch of flying things. This is awesome. I'm all about this. So you're saying these guys on the horses, that they are Cultists of Tzeentch. Okay. This is cool. Halberds. It looks like you get like a unit of them, and they look fun. They look fast. They look furious. You will see you got all their chaos spawn and a bunch of just yeah. It looks like you got a bunch of chaos infantry. Let's see if we get a pause on those as well. So fighting against Kislev again. Okay, so here we go. This looks to be. So you saying this is the Chaos Warriors? That these are the ones looking weird? Flying Stingrays. Yeah, I mean, dude, they look like flying stingrays. Like, what they do? They do. These remind me a little bit of Forsaken, actually. Somewhere between like Chaos Warriors and Forsaken. Oh, what is this? Anybody know what this is? This looks like some sort of hero caster. I don't know. I don't know. My Tzeentch lore is nothing. Nothing. He's cool though. I'm loving Fate Weaver. Look at that. Look, it's a flying stingray. Look at it. Look at it. The monsters themselves look like regular warriors with recolor though. Yeah, they look like somewhere between like Chaos Warriors and sort of like a little bit messed up. What are they called? Forsaken. These bad boys look sick. Is that meant to be Sarfora, or is that just meant to be just any regular sort of Tzeentch demon? Herald of Tzeentch. Oh, that's the little hero dudes. Okay, we might be able to go through this. There's some other stuff to go through as well. No, my Kislev. Sorry, not Kislev. My Kate. Leave them alone. Somebody told me what these are. I can't remember what these are. Their attack animations look devastating. But it's good. I do wonder what Fate Weaver, what kind of winter magic we're going to get there. But we head over to here, which is some stuff that we've been sent here. Control, predict, and manipulate with Tzeentch on the campaign map. So Ben Barrett and the team have sent out some stuff. And let's give it a look. So welcome back to the campaign mechanics. Roundouts for factions in Total War Warhammer 3. We saw you coming. Tzeentch is the god of change, manipulation, and magic. The great conspirator and the changes of ways. It's like he plans to end the schemes to double back upon another web of lies, half-truths, promises, betrayals, are moral headspins. Oh, very interesting. So it looks like he's going to be all about betraying. He's going to have some sort of scathing element to him, but he's going to be all about lies, half-truths, and breaking promises. I kind of like that. Fate Weaver is a legendary, powerful lord of change and spellcaster supreme. Leads the oracles of Tzeentch in an invasion of Cathay, and the rest of the world follows shortly. So it's the first time we get to show off basically the faction. This means we showing the attributions that are alongside to make them completely different and so continuously odd with one another. Continuously at odds with one another. The great game is constantly played, and who is ascendant can have a significant effect on the armies and factions. Looks really cool, and these guys, I just love it. I love it. It's like doesn't say too much there. So grimoires. Okay, so grimoires is something that we've had here in. We had grimoires in. What do we have that in? We had that in Vermintide. So grimoires are something you could attain in Vermintide. They're like little books that are left behind by Chaos. So I think you can learn about Chaos and stuff like that. Not too sure what they do. Let's have a look. So as I got a knowledge, Tzeentch desires it above all else. Grimoires represent forbidden texts. Yeah, so sort of like forbidden texts of Chaos, I think. Hidden books, ancient lore, unknown histories, and everything else that is floating around the Warhammer world that is not commonly known. It is favoured with Tzeentch and can be used to ensure success. Grimoires are collected and generated by a number of actions, battles, buildings, sacking settlements, dilemmas, and more. By themselves, they do very little, but you have endless number of ways to spend them and keep a steady supply. You'll make a master of the world, even without your enemies. Okay, so it looks like here your grimoire is gonna do certain things. It's like changing of the ways. So it's like you can reveal shroud. So reveal the shroud over all of your faction's territories. Okay, it looks like you can do a bunch of things. So it looks like you can force war, you can give a war coordination target, looks like you could just do a bunch of things with these grimoires. Looks like they seem to be some sort of currency here for the brand new Total Warhammer 3 single player. So for they must give new models Reddit it again on fire because of the bad warrior models. I feel like they should do it in the way that gives Khorne and give them actual new models. Yeah, I mean they do kind of have new models. I think there's only so. I think especially as a creator, there's only so much you can like sort of redo. There's something stuck in my eye. There we go. I think there's only so much you can do like creatively as well. I think we're going to be having Chaos Warriors for 4 demon factions plus Chaos. And even Chaos Warriors that kind of exist for Norska as well, right? So, although there'd be although there'd be Norskans, there's going to be reskinned 6 times. So, the primary spend of grimoires is in the changing ways. This series of multiple unique to Tzeentch's factions allow you to change or observe things on the campaign map with merely a wave of the wrist. So it seems like you could just use these, and as I said, it looks like it is just going to be a currency. So transfer settlement. Transfer control and ownership of one settlement to a new faction. This can be your faction or another. Open gate. So open the gates. Majority of settlements of the wall. So it looks like you could use them to abuse the gate system. I don't. Oh, there it is. That's there. Okay. Force rebellion causes a rebellion in a region, spawning an army to contend. That's really good. That can really mess up your enemies and force them to fight and be on the back foot. Track army, you're given a line of sight to track an army, so it's like you'll just be able to see that there on the map. Shard reveal gives complete vision of a target's faction's territory. Now that could be really interesting. That maybe that can work with Skaven as a good counter to Skaven, so you can see them there on the campaign map. Halt faction, all characters, so armies and heroes, have their movement halted and disabled for the faction's following turn. That can be powerful. That can be really powerful. Give a war coordination target. Gives a faction with a coordination target, even if they're not your ally. Very interesting. Break alliance. So you can force people to break military and defensive alliances. Probably so you can go to war with them. That'll actually be really strong. And then force a war between 2 factions. Like these 2, it certainly can help you a lot in the legendary status of campaigns. As you can imagine, this can get hectic, manipulative, and downright scummy, which is exactly what we want. That's exactly what we want. Depending on your desires and plans, while it's unlikely that you'll be able to get all of your goals completed without ever annihilating an enemy yourself, it gives you several fascinating possibilities. Yeah, I think this could be really fun. I think you can kind of manipulate the map in the way you want, get those to fight who don't normally fight, or just this gives you the opportunity to do almost what you want to do, really. Sort of like my series on Twitch, but you can kind of just force people to do what you want to do. Another ability to Tzeentch is his specific control of the winter magic. Indeed, so tried are his mechanications. I can't read that right now. To that many buildings have a unique effect when the winds of magic are particularly strong, increasing their capabilities. To this end, Tzeentch can reduce the winds of magic in one province where he has a settlement to increase it in another. Okay, that's really cool. So essentially, if you're going in a certain direction, you can increase the winds of magic in that direction to help you, because of course, Tzeentch is going to be very heavily magic based, and I assume Fate Weaver might have 2-3 different winds of magic, and of course, then you can reduce in other areas. So that's really awesome. As well as providing a formed buffs to his buildings, this allows armies with multiple spellcasters. That is going to be quite a lot of your Tzeentch armies. Oh, that's interesting. So it looks like they actually encourage that, believe it or not, to benefit heavily in terms of power reserves available to them. So it looks like you are going to want multiple winds of magic, which is going to be interesting. It's also worth noting that there have been some large changes that are made to the nature of the winds of magic and power reserve. Yeah, there's big changes in Warhammer 3, big changes on single player and multiplayer, which will release details soon. That'd be great. I'll be of course making a video for that. The upshot is that the ability should never be discounted to ensure victory. So corruption, unholy manifestation, and the great game. Especially because the Tzeentch ones are the coolest of the Chaos Warriors. You think so? Why is that, Zypher? The The great game has never ceased between the Chaos Gods. It represents the endless attempts to one-up each other. The endless fighting in Chaos ensures that even should they dominate the world, it is unlikely to ever know peace. This is true. They always try and manipulate each other. They always try and pretend to work together to try and defeat everything, but at the end, they always try and overdo each other. Even the gods that can stand each other rarely see you eye to eye, and the alliances are rarer than the surprise. So it looks like when you are on the campaign map, you'll be like moderately okay with them. They might be like, you're not going to be great with them, and backstabbing is likely to happen. Thus, it represents in Warhammer 3 as which god is in ascendance, power up all their factions on the map. This is the form of improvements to Unholy Manifestation. For free abilities available to the demon factions, which are unlockable as the faction's corruption spreads throughout the world. Yes, corruption is now split between your generals. So it's like you are going to have specific corruptions. You're going to have Tzeentch corruption. You're going to have Khorne corruption by the sounds of things. So that's also going to be interesting. Or Nurgle corruption is going to be disgusting. And I imagine this is something I expect. Each different corruption is going to come with a different negative penalty. So for example, if you are Nurgle, you're going to be having a plague going through all your cities. If you're going to be... I honestly don't know with the rest. But I think there's going to be some level of... I think there'll be some negative to Winds of Magic here for Tzeentch. Slaanesh, I really don't know. You might be getting some debuffs on attacks. That seems to be a lot of things that they've done currently in Warhammer, where you get negatives on melee attack and all those kind of things. And then with Khorne, I don't know. I have no idea where they're going to go with Khorne. So now it's going to be split between all the generals of Chaos. We'll detail the system at another time, but what you need to know right now is that Unholy Manifestation unlocks as more corruption for your god is spread across the land. So it looks like the more you spread corruption, the more it benefits you, which I think is really awesome because that's kind of the way it should be, I think. The upgrade versions have heavier effects, generating more of a resource and dealing more damage for your army. For example, here is the Unholy Manifestation for Tzeentch. Unlocked from the start, it allows a friendly army to generate a big batch of grimoires over the course of several turns. The army cannot move during this time and must be in an enemy territory. So mutagenic energies requires 1500 global Tzeentch corruption. So it's like you collect it a little bit like a resource as well. Causes a target army to suffer attrition for a turn regardless of the situation or immunities. Magic Flares requires 3000 global Tzeentch corruption, increases the range and the barrier hit points of all the units in an army. Barrier is a special shield for all Tzeentch units have. We'll detail further in the roster reveal. Ooh, okay, that's going to be interesting. I wonder if that's going to go into multiplayer. We get some sort of this special shield. I wonder if Magic Flare is going to be an ability that maybe you can get. That's going to be the new resistance to magic weapons. Night of Madness requires 6000 global Tzeentch corruption. Target a friendly army, generate Tzeentch corruption and control, rename from public order, loss in the province, as well as increasing the army's winds of magic. Cannot move during these turns. So now it's going to talk about cults. I think we're nearly here at the bottom now. So as well as the passive effects of high corruption, we are unique to each god and will be detailed down the line. Cults can form once a god is particularly dominant in a region. This cult becomes a foreign building slot owned by you that can construct buildings based upon your dedicated god. Tzeentch options are: you can have a sanctuary which generates grimoires per turn, a repository which generates more grimoires per turn but requires a high winter magic level, a sanctum which generates a decent amount of income but also requires high winds of magic, and a campus. Destroy the cult but increases winds of magic here and adjacent to the temperatures. You probably don't require the entire knowledge base of Tzeentch to understand the strategy here, but naturally it all depends on where the cults develop and what you are in need of. Generating huge amounts of grimoires can be valuable and income, after all, particularly in the late game. Yeah, so I think here Winds of Magic is huge, and these grimoires are going to be massive. They're going to be big things here on the campaign map. Especially because Tzeentch are the callers of the Chaos and Warriors. Google it, they look really cool. I hope I can steal spells from other laws of magic. I think you might even have some of their own spells as well. That's what I'm hoping. But we can see the tech tree here. So teleportation. Unique to Tzeentch and unlocked through the tech tree. His armies can go into the teleportation stance. This costs a magic reserve power to adopt, but it is especially powerful. Not only does it allow you to cross of impossible terrain, say mountain ranges, rivers, etc., but instantly triggers an ambush battle should you target an enemy army. Ooh, that's really strong. Okay, it's a one-shot move, so you must re-adopt the stance if you wish to go again on the next turn. But getting to ambush armies as you like can really swing a war in your way. Yeah, of course. This level of power is why it is locked to later game. That makes complete sense. Requiring various techs to unlock. Speaking of which, here is the tech tree. So obviously you can't see anything, but we can see this is just roughly how it looks. You're probably going to start somewhere here in the middle, so it's like where deception may be, and then you'll sort of branch out either right or left depending on where you want to go. The tech tree is a bit more of a tech web, yep, as you can see, spreading out from the center, what I guessed, like a spider's home. Nothing the changer of ways does is ever simple or straightforward. Each area of the tree is unlocked by one of the central techs, and then has a couple of looping paths through it, leading to the final tech. Yeah, so of course, as you go through the campaigns, as you go through the turns, it'll get more powerful, more powerful, more powerful. So if you're going to want something, you're going to want to push it hard, if that's what you want. It sounds like if you want early doors. Let's have a look. This means you're rarely going to take the exact same path through the tree on playthroughs unless you have the exact composition and plan in mind. It is also worthy of a study to find which prerequisites might point you in your specific directions. Yeah, so it's kind of saying that if you want something, plan on it. It also is worth noting that along the unique characters of ways text you might unlock, there are several other areas that are common or unique choices. Various texts will give you all your laws to change, letting the field an entire army of powerful monsters, spellcasters, even without filling your hero slots, and then becoming more powerful over the course of the game. Yeah, so of course, with Winter Magic and Grimoires being exceptionally important, this tech tree and where you go with it will decide on pretty much what you go towards. You're going to be putting that towards Grimoires, you're going to be putting that towards teleportation, you're going to be putting that there towards Winter Magic. Where are you going to be going here with your tech tree, as it were? So finally, with knowledge so key to Tzeentch, he has an endless number of ways to increase research rates, including commandments, buildings, and more regular things like hero actions. With a dedicated plan, you will blitz through your tech tree and field cheap, effective, and devastating armies earlier than your opponents. So, just as planned, that's all for Tzeentch. Through naturally, much of his gameplay revolves around the new magic system, laws, and corruption changes. We'll get into the former two within the weeks to come, and the latter and more. So it's like the next couple of weeks we are going to get a lot more. So I'm really excited about this. It's very heavy around Winter Magic. It's very heavy around Grimoires. It's very heavy around corruption. And corruption looks like it's going to be changing. It looks like it's going to have a big impact here on the map. And depending on who's going to be dominating there out of the four Chaos Gods, we'll get, it seems, or at least it seems it's going to be getting a lot more of the benefits. So what do you guys think so far? Are you guys really excited about this? Is this something that you're looking to get on top of and enjoy? Is it something, so it looks like one or two of you are thinking it's a bit meh, you're not too bothered. Some of you are like, yes, I'm excited. And some of you are like, hell yeah, man, I'm well excited. So for me, this is kind of like a yes for me. I'm like, yes, I'm really excited about this. It seems that if you're steamrolling in your campaign, it's just going to go well for you. It seems that you can really rack up good early armies. You can push your Winter Magic. It seems like Winter Magic is going to be really key to battling. It definitely puts an emphasis on having multiple casters, and yeah, and it seems like, you know, especially a lot of the units we've seen, they're going to be fast, they're going to be mobile, maybe not even heavily armored, because we've seen that maybe that cavalry could be heavily armored, but there doesn't look a lot that's going to be heavily armored here. Cathay was met for me. I'm so much more excited for this faction. Yeah, fair enough. I know a lot of people that are like super excited for Tzeentch. I've met less so that are excited for Khorne, but loads that are excited for Tzeentch, loads that are excited for Kislev like me, and then some that are excited for Cathay. Cathay does look beautiful, I must admit. And some of these models, especially Fate Weaver here, looks insane. I mean, you bring in the Duck to Warhammer, you're going to make Duck of War very happy indeed. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen here going forward. There's lots here, so if you guys need to go read this, do go read it. It's going to be all down here for you guys to find out, read a little bit about it, learn a little bit about it, and hopefully soon should be changing. We've also got some game mechanics here for Cathay, I think. So maybe we'll go through those at some point as well. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, of course, please smash that like button. I'd really appreciate that. Drop a subscription as well, and yeah, just comment on a couple of videos. Let me know if you're new here. Let me know what you're enjoying about all of the content coming here for Warhammer 3, and what you're enjoying currently about Warhammer 2, and what you'd like to see some changes. There's going to be some big stuff coming out today. I do actually have my Battlemania final. That's going to be, so for multiplayer on my side, that's my big final. It's going to be Season 5. We're finishing out today. The winner actually gets a copy of Total War Warhammer 3 for free, and the player that comes in second will be getting a DLC of their choice. So yes, hopefully I'll see you guys there. That's going to be kicking off in an hour and a half. So that'll be really cool. So yeah, I'll be seeing you guys soon. We'll actually be here live yet again on YouTube. So we'll be kicking that off for everybody to see. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Spellkite inbound. I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. I think here that we're going to be seeing strong winds of magic, and I think it's going to be a cheap, lightly armored army. It's going to be very, very light. It's going to be very, very wide, and then you're going to have some cavalry, and you're going to have multiple casters here. In multiplayer, maybe. I'm not sure. I really don't. I think it's almost impossible to say how multiplayer is going to go. There's going to be a new winter magic regime. There's going to be new units. Single entity monsters are going to change. You also got to bring in a bunch of new mechanics here for demons. You've got to bring a bunch of new mechanics in here for the undead, a bunch of new mechanics for magic. That includes magic items, magic damage from spells. Things are going to change massively. So just bear with me. I'll update you when I can, when I know I can, and I'll just keep dropping bombs of information here and there when I see it, when I can. So take care of yourself, guys. I'll see you at 5:30 BST. So it's 4 BST here now. So 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So when it goes to 17:30 BST, which is an hour and a half, we'll be kicking off live there with the finals. So make sure you're there, and I will see you very soon. So take care, guys.